The Cumbrian Mountain Express is due to arrive from London today. It should have been steam-hauled from Carlisle, but as everyone knows by now, Network Rail has banned steam traction because of the fire risk. The weather forecast is mixed. Much of Scotland will be welcoming some serious and long overdue rain. Much of England will remain in the grip of the heatwave. In the border area, we are slap bang in the middle and can expect anything. That background noise is a torrential downpour hammering on the station roof. A Lumo service to Stirling. I've just been talking to one of its regular passengers. He was singing its praises. I really must try it for myself.
like me, you need glasses.
Two of the more exotic of anti-liveries in succession. Summer Saturday trains from both the Cumbrian coast and from Dumfries and Galloway always bring in crowds of shoppers and merrymakers. Dead on time at 12:18, the Mountain Express draws into Platform 3, hauled by a locomotive I haven't seen for some time, the 1965-built Class 86, which in preservation carries two numbers, 86259 and its original E3137, and two names, Les Ross on one side, Peter Pan on the opposite. 100 of these were built between 1965 and 66 for the recently electrified West Coast Main Line between London, Birmingham, Manchester and Liverpool, and became the standard after the earlier Class 81s, 82s, 83s, 84s and 85s. I heard a whisper from one of the passengers of a connection problem. Something's happening here, but I don't know what. Passengers both young and old are desperate to see inside the cab, and proud owner Les Ross always makes them welcome.
Got it? Yeah, that's it. You alright? I always enjoy your commentaries.
Good. How are you keeping?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Delighted to hear it. After a very early and very light breakfast this morning, the aromas wafting from this carriage are a torment. The stock will remain in the platform until departure time. The crew prepare for the return journey, whilst the passengers explore an increasingly dry and sunny Carlisle. An unusual arrangement for the return trip via the Shetland Carlisle route. Diesel haulage, with the 86 towed dead at the rear to Preston, where it will take over for the journey to London. I had hoped to film the return journey at Lazenby and Kirk Oswald, the second station along the Shetland Carlisle. But the only passenger train along that route between now and the charter's departure runs non-stop to Appleby. I've had too many long days in the past week, and am resigned to filming the departure at London Road or Petrol Bridge, when David, who has travelled up from West Yorkshire by car, offers to provide transport. An offer which I gratefully accept. The Midland Railway brought passenger trains to Lazenby in 1876. As the village has only very occasional buses, the railway must be a godsend to local people who don't own a car. It also serves the nearby village of Kirkoswald, although a long walk for anyone without private transport. The station buildings are now occupied by private commercial concerns. Passenger facilities are limited to bus stop-type shelters and ticket machines. A sorry shadow of the great days of the railway. I hope to catch the charter passing through the short Lazenby tunnel, but as it may be travelling at 60 miles per hour, this won't be easy. So let's have a preliminary look while waiting for the train to arrive from Carlisle. Why was this 99-yard-long tunnel built? Why not a cutting? The popular story is that the vicar of Lazenby objected to the prospect of smoky steam trains passing in front of his vicarage. The church was much more influential in Victorian times. A more plausible explanation is that the tunnel is cut through sand. A cutting would have been likely to suffer from landslides, a chronic problem on the line even today. The Signal Box Map app shows that the Mountain Express is on its way, so let's get airborne and ready. None of this would have existed when the railway came to Lazenby, only the vicarage and perhaps an occasional farm cottage. As we look back toward the station, we must remember that for most of its history, Lazenby, like all country stations, would have had its own goods yard for handling cattle, sheep, and other agricultural goods, as well as coal, the universal energy source that fueled the Industrial Revolution and heated millions of homes throughout these islands. The yard, beyond the passenger platforms, is now occupied by Bell's of Lazenby, a long-established bakery. The parish church of St. Nicholas, with its graveyard and war memorial. The white building adjacent to the railway bridge is the Midland Hotel. Many stations along this line have a Midland Hotel. And in due course, the ear detects the sound of an approaching train. With 86-259 running dead at the rear. As the Mountain Express heads off towards Hellifield, Preston, and eventually London, I packed my kit, bid farewell to David, and catch the 15:35 for Carlisle. Its first and only stop is Armathwaite, where I'm joined by Catherine and Bob from Armathwaite Signal Box. I'll give you 3 guesses where we end up. A last look at the Mountain Express. Thank you for joining me, and here's to the next time.